All right, Charlie, dude, OG subscriber to the channel. Um, One of the biggest supporters from the get go. I always kind of like highlighting um, the originals there. Dude, how you been?
I'm good. I've been running a lot. How about you?
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for asking. I don't know if I really asked too many times like how you been, but I've never had the response of how are you. So I appreciate it. I'm good, man. I've been pretty good. A lot going on right now, that's for sure. Especially with the channel and some stuff that's in the works possibly. So we'll see what's going on there. Um, but yeah, man, dude, like I said, obviously, an original subscriber to the channel, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support. Um, but yeah, dude, you come from such a great program in itself with Lexington. I'm really curious to pick your brain on being kind of the younger guy there. I talked to one of your team. I've actually talked to two of your teammates already. Um, and to get their kind of perspective because they are kind of on the varsity squad, so they're um, but talking with them and to kind of get your perspective now. But before we get into that, man, outside of running, like what kind of hobbies do you have?
I love doing outdoor stuff. I love fishing, hunting. I just love being outdoors.
Yeah, I mean, dude, hey, outdoors is where it's at, man. Um, you fish often? You got like any type of fishing, like saltwater, freshwater?
I like fishing on Lake Murray.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. I was talking to somebody the other day about Lake Murray, and they have a boat club. I was like, oh man, like that's pretty legit. Being able to fish out there too. Um, how'd you get started into running, man?
Really by the Run Hard program. My brother and my dad, my mom, they all were a part of it, so I just got stuck into it too.
Yeah, it's always funny. It's always kind of like somebody else kind of like does it, or you get into it somehow. I've told this story before on the channel, but I had friends that lived the next street away from me, and their whole family ran, and I was always intrigued of like, dang, like I want to do that. Like I'm curious of it, and so they got me started in it, and the rest is history. I want to talk about last cross country season. That's where we'll start. Um, really consistent, like runner. Really, you kind of went from like the 19s and then just jumped right into 18s. Like, was that expected? Did you think like I wasn't you weren't gonna really sit in the 19-minute range too long? Because I think it was like two races, and at least according to ModSplit, which we don't
Yeah.
speak their name, we hate their name. But yeah, you just jumped right into the 18s. Like, did you expect that?
So those first two courses that I did in 18, they were really short. So I was kind of disappointed, but I was so happy because a PR is a PR, but it's still it was Batesburg was it was so short.
Why
And
do you
then
say that? It was that noticeable? I hate when that happens.
yeah, it was everyone got like a 30-second PR because it was so short.
Oh, I mean, hey, honestly, you could make that same argument for state quals. Fort Jackson, it seemed like everybody PR'd that day too by a good amount of time. So you never know. I don't. Did it come out and say it was short, or you just kind of assumed? Everybody just assumed.
My watch clearly said it was under 3 miles, and everyone else's was under 3 miles.
Okay. See, you're you're a good person to talk to, man. Because most people would be like, "Oh no, my PR is this, and it's legit." And but true OG, I love talking about like short. I love talking about short courses because it's funny. I went to Camden. It was Battle of Camden. It was a meet that was supposed to be earlier in the year, but it got pushed back. And every like it's funny because if you go on the channel and you watch the video, I highly encourage it. I laugh every single time because you'll see parents be like, oh my god, what just happened?" And like the kids PR by like 40, 50 seconds. And like it's just like it's everybody, and it's like, okay, there's no way here. Like homie just he ran 15 like 20s, and he's like a 16:30 guy. Like something's up here. But no, but you still ran 18s like even like not just one time.
Yeah, I definitely improved a lot. My last race, I was like 18:08, I think,
Yeah,
but
so
I
yeah,
was a little
and
sick.
I've heard that too. A lot of kids run run PRs when they're not feeling the best, which is so curious. I wonder how that happens. Yeah, so your PR is 17:59 on your home course at Lexington. Do you like your home course? I've heard I think one person has said they actually like really enjoy your course. I find it to be kind of nice. You got to run around a lot as far as like me running with the camera and whatnot, but do you like your home course?
Yeah, I love it. Uh, it's really flat and it's fast.
Yeah, when you ran that PR, was that like when you're running a race like that, if you can kind of think back, and I, you know, it's on YouTube. Um, do you notice like today's going to be a good day, or are you just kind of like laser focused in on running? You don't really notice the times.
I was really laser focused because I was coming off that uh coach's classic race. No, I didn't do the best on that one, so I was like, I really need to have a good race here.
Yeah, Newberry. I heard it changed. I mean, before my time ever recording, and probably before yours as well. Because apparently it used to be faster. It used to be different, like different start and finish line, and now it seems like everybody just hates on Newberry, for the time. When you're running a race like that, or even again, kind of at your home course, do you hear like your parents or your coaches cheer for you, or again, are you just like all the noise is kind of blocked out?
I do. I listen to my dad a lot. He's a big fan, so he's always running around at mile markers. So I listen to him, and I literally like when I'm running, I compare my times from last race to see what I think I'd be doing.
Yeah, I always find that question like really interesting because I think like I feel like I always hear everybody talk, but then like once it finishes, like you don't really remember in a way, like it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Um, your your team is pretty deep when it comes to just depth. Years. I mean, you have years. I was looking at rankings actually this morning to bring up something else. Um, and it's like even if you graduate people, your team is just always stacked with runners. Do you, I guess, I mean, it's a culture thing, I would assume. Like everybody there kind of gets down to business and I'm assuming has fun but ultimately, like you guys are there for a goal in mind. Like, how is that whole culture being there? Like, do you feel like you do kind of have to live up to that kind of standard in a way?
uh, a little bit. We're always trying to get to state and win it. That's our main goal.
Yeah, when I think it was my senior year, running, there was a team and they were kind of like that too. They always just had depth and like they would call some of their like seventh, eighth grade runners like they call them the babies and because but they just knew they would grow up and they would like they were going to be better than what they were because I mean just look at times this year alone like just look at times in the past decade in high school and it's grown so much. It used to be running a 4 minute mile or like a sub 4 minute mile in high school was like once a year maybe some kid could do it. Now you see it much more often. um but yeah, that's why I get back to that. It's like like because in a weird way there is kind of pressure to live up to the Lexington name. But obviously the goal is states every year, and you see that when it comes to like favorite courses. Do you have any favorite courses that kind of ring to mind?
I really love Eye Opener.
Yeah, why?
The atmosphere around is just so beautiful. When you're running it, you don't even think about, well, when I'm running it, I don't think about I'm running. I really look around. It's so cool to see what they can fit in a real cross country course that I mean, college people run on. So we can get the
Yeah,
chance to feel like that.
yeah, no, that's a good kind of thought process on that. Eye opener is one of my favorite ones too. It's really bad for spectators because I always got to run around. You guys never run in the same spot twice. Um, but it's such a true cross country course because it's wide and you can run like maneuver around people. I'm surprised you didn't say anything like um because that course is not really like trails, and obviously you're saying like outdoorsy. Surprised you didn't pick like a course that had like more trails. Do you like running trails or
It
no?
depends how wide it is, because I will roll my ankles a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Running trails is it's it's a love hate relationship for sure. I always feel like I go a lot faster in trails, but then I like come out of it and I'm like, no, probably not. I was actually probably a lot slower because I was looking at the ground so much. Um, you look at, and again, we're still in cross country season from last year. You look at the overall season, and obviously, just it's growth. It's always growth. Always trying to get better. Always trying to kind of look. But as I mentioned before, with the babies, right? Like you're always kind of looking a year or 2 years or even 3 years ahead. Um, do you think this past cross country season kind of set you up for even more success this year?
Definitely, because I made a lot of growth last year. I was upper JV for a few races. As a seventh grader, that's pretty good. So I think my coaches will be have some faith in me this year.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Man, my I think my seventh grade time was like it was like 21:38. And look at you now, man. Oh my gosh. I think eighth grade I finally came around and like it was at 18:20. But then again, but look at you, like already killing me here. Um so yeah, you look at yeah, that's good though. You look at the just the overall season as a whole. And you see that growth. And it's nice to see that growth too. Kind of pushing into track. 5:17 for the 1600 meter, 11:11 for 32, and 2:30 for the 8. That is a wide range of events. Is there an event that you like more than the others? Because most of the time people kind of like gravitate towards one and they may do one more. But I mean, you ran all three this year, so I'm assuming you're still trying to kind of like feel it out of what kind of works for you.
Yeah, I love the 2 mile, but it sucks that I only ran it twice. Well, yeah, I ran it twice during the season.
And why not? So why not the mile? It was just the 2 miles. Because again, not many people say the 2 mile. I think you were the first person that I've interviewed so far, and I've had like 23 of these things. You're the first person who has said the 2 mile is their favorite. It's too long. Everybody says it's too long. I love the 2 mile. That was my event. Why not the mile or the 800? Too fast? Too short?
I'm not a short distance guy. Like 800, mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I think the fastest split I ran was like 2:05 doing a 4x8, and that was it. I'm not that guy. Um, but 11:11. So obviously we're 11, 12 seconds. We want to be technical from sub 11. Um, was that a goal in mind? Like, what were the goals in mind for this past track season?
Really, I was in a side stitching stage, so almost every race do not cramp in my mind. I was just trying to get over that.
Did did you have you was this season like the first time you ever kind of like raced a 2 mile, or have you done it in the
Yes.
past? It was the first time.
No.
Yeah. So, what about like the 16? Because the 16 is the mile. I feel like that is kind of a common event for even like younger people to do. But had you ever run a competitive mile before?
No, that was my first track season ever.
Ever? Well, dang. I mean, again, even 5:17, dude. Like that, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. Like it's fast. It's really fast. Did you again though? But going into the season, like was it just like, hey, let's see what I do, or was it like I think I can run 5:10 or 5:30, or like did you have any kind of idea in mind?
Uh, I was really hoping I could break 5 and go sub 11, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, the sub 5 is like a kind of a first staple point I think in a runner's career. But like once you do it, you just kind of like know how to do it in a weird way. It's like the first time I broke 10. Like, it took me like I ran 10:01 the first race of the season. And I was like, this is close. Like I think I can do this. And once I did it, it was like it just became natural. And same thing with the mile. I ran 5:06 in 8th grade, and I was like, dang man, like I wanted to break, I wanted to break, and once you break, though, it just becomes so easy. Um, Now thinking back about track season, any favorite like workouts that you kind of like? Do you like? Obviously, you said you're not really much of the shorter distance guy, so I'm assuming maybe like 200-meter repeats are not your favorite thing, maybe. But yeah, do you have a favorite like workout?
I like the 3 mile progression runs with some 600s and 200s after.
Oh, shoot, progression runs. Okay, I can give you that one. But my just did my kids they just did alternating miles this morning, kind of play with the pace and whatnot. But progression runs are really great. I love doing stuff like that too. How is the training right now? Are you when you finished track season? How long of a break did you guys have, or did you specifically? Because I know it kind of runs a little bit longer for some of those upper guys.
So I just finished Adidas Nationals this weekend, so I'm on my break,
Oh,
1 week break right now.
okay. Dang, dude, how was that?
It was pretty good. It was really hot, so I didn't do the best. And it was my first time back racing in a while, so I didn't do that good either.
Yeah, I can imagine maybe a little bit rust on the legs. Because obviously there's such a like time gap. But even the guys that are like that ran states, I asked it all the time, like where's that cutoff? Because it's June 25th right now, and that obviously past weekend, June 22nd or so. I mean that's pretty deep in the summertime to be running track still. Um, what went into that decision? Did you just wanted to do like a national caliber meet, or was it always on the calendar for you to do?
I really wanted to qualify for New Balance at the beginning of the season. I I didn't do it, so I tried Adidas, and I really loved it.
Yeah, it's really cool to see a lot more growth within like cross country runners into track, but it is also really interesting to see as well how deep the season goes. So you said you're on break right now, correct?
Yes, sir.
How long is that break going to be? 14 days, a week, a month?
Just a week, cause I got to get rolling in the cross country season.
Okay, well, hey, take your time. Take your time. Enjoy the week. I tell my kids all the time, like when we take off, enjoy it. Go be a kid, have fun. Don't think about running. Even though you're having this interview with me right now, we're talking about running. But no, that's good, man. It's good to have a break. I think like just your mental state of things to be just so focused on running, especially so deep in the years, is such a not a burden because obviously we love the sport, but it's just tough, man. It is tough. It's a long, grueling season. I want to talk about cross country coming up here. Obviously, um, on break, not taking too much time off. Cross country 25. What are the goals?
Mm. I'm really hoping I can get on varsity, but there's so many better people because we have so many people at our school, so there's always people ahead of you.
Yeah, I think. Um, I mean, that's a good thing though, man. I was talking to a kid the other day. He his team graduated 6 of their 7 top 7, and now he's alone. So it's like, and the dude runs like 15-minute 5Ks, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so sorry. Like that is rough. Um, so to be on a team that has so many kids, it can be. I could definitely could say it could be a little daunting because you are trying to get up there, and it's like, when are these guys gonna graduate? But at the same time, too, you're so young, dude. Like you got so much time. Honestly, what I'd be doing is just picking their brains left and right of like, hey, what would you do in this situation? I think especially in track is like split second decisions you got to make. Are you gonna go? Or are you gonna sit? How do you like? Do you make this move here? Do you make the move there? Did you wait too long? Even in cross, you get a little bit more time to kind of think about some stuff, but yeah, dude, I would definitely be picking their brains. Um, Obviously the team's ranked number one going into the year. Um, Seventh returners at 1629. So like you were just saying, it is pretty stacked. Um, but still, do you have a time in mind? Because I mean, 17:59, you broke 18, so we're already there. Like, no matter what, you are a 17-minute 5K guy. I would assume maybe sub 17. Maybe, is that something like, you don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but is that something you're kind of looking at?
Yes, sir. I'm really looking at sub 16:30. I'm trying to beat Xander Jeffcoat, the really good runner he ran here.
Oh dang, man! Hey, you're a really good runner too. So don't keep saying really good. You're a good runner too. Have some respect for yourself. You're killing it, man. You really are. Um, but yeah, man, that is a lofty goal. But I like that though. That's good because we'll be keeping up with it the whole year and see what's going on. Um, when it comes to your summer training, I don't know how in depth your coach kind of gets into it. But do you know kind of like roughly how many miles you hit a week?
Uh, so I'm gonna be averaging around 35 to 40, probably.
Yeah, that is a going. It seems like that's a going right. I think some of the like more developed guys, I think they're going like 50s plus. And we took a poll and too, and it seemed like everyone was 41 plus miles a week. I'm like, dang, okay. I don't know is everyone doing that? Like, dang, man, like, crap. um, but okay. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Um, kind of to just tailor everything together, man, and whatnot. You're I don't want to say the pressure, because I think if you were on any other team than Lexington, I think you would probably have even more of a spotlight on yourself, just from the get go. But just because you are in such a good team, you kind of get overlooked in a way. Um, do you pay attention to like classmates in your grade at all, like, and where you kind of sit in rankings? Like, do you pay any attention to that, or not really?
Not really. I just pay attention to the people my age, my competition, really.
And I've heard, because I think Grayson told me a number, and I was shocked. So I'm gonna ask you, like, how many kids are like in summer practice? Have you been to a summer practice yet, or no? Like, have you seen? Yeah, how many kids are out there? Like, just
Dude,
a
I don't
guess.
know. There's so many. There's probably
That's
like
yeah.
75 plus, maybe.
Oh my god, that's what he told me. He was like, "There's like 80 kids out there." I'm like, "What? Like, no way, dude." So you're the second person. I should have asked Kendra that too, of how many were out there. That is crazy, dude. Oh my god. But that's gonna be so cool. I think the most we've ever had, honestly, at a summer practice, I think the most we had is like 15, maybe. So to be like 70, 80. Oh my gosh. That is, I gotta assume, like, you love Lexington, like you love the school, you love the team atmosphere. I'm assuming
Mm,
that's what you would say, yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything that, like, I'm curious. I really am curious because I think a lot of teams would envy your team in a way. I know Clover has quite a bit of kids. Malden has quite a few as well. Um, but just like, you step on that field in the morning and you are there, like, what is that like?
It, it's like we have the most kids. We're probably like the biggest target. So we got to go out and show.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that very much. Um, hey man, I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, like, OG subscriber, and like, you're welcome on the channel anytime. Especially, obviously, everybody now is gonna be following your career. You just put a target on your own back right now because everyone's gonna see this video. Um, but embrace it. And yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate you coming on. Um,
Hmm.
good conversation, and trust me, we're gonna be following you the whole time, and wishing you best of luck.
All right.
I appreciate it, boss.
All right.